here.
We're gonna try something that probably we shouldn't, and that is to climb 1,000 steps up here, a monument called Shipka. And Julian's on Suzi's back. He's already whining, so I don't know how this is gonna work, to be honest. But we'll try.
Only one way to find out.
Here he goes. 1,000 steps starting now. Apparently we're at 300. It's going fast.
At least it's pretty.
It's very pretty.
And shaded.
Yes.
Not too hot. There. The end is near Juju, I see it.
The end is with a good kind of end. Julian is walking. He's gonna make it.
500 here.
500, we're halfway.
Толкова сме изминали?
Да.
Този лъв е по-голям дори от истински лъв.
We're almost at the top. And Julian's been walking for the last 600 steps or so. I'm very proud of him. There he is, holding hands with his cousin.
No surprise, he loves doing stairs. Always has.
Going back would be hard, but we'll see.
See the lion? We're going to the lion.
Yeah, lion.
Yeah. Like yesterday we saw the
That's
giant
why it's very
horse.
good.
It's no lion, it's love.
Love.
Yes, cousins are there, okay? We're following your cousins. There, okay?
Is here.
There you go, Juju.
We're here. And it's actually safe. We made it to the top. It's really windy as expected, but Julian walked so far and it's an amazing view.
We made it, it's very windy, and it's more than 1,000 steps when you account for coming up this tower. But it's not very difficult.
We're very proud of our boy, but we don't know how we're gonna bring him down now because he's gonna throw tantrums.
Yeah, we'll make it.
He made it up, which is pretty impressive.
That's right. Jump. Jump.
Me.
Oh, baby. Juju. He's doing the stairs. You love the stairs.
He's jumping down every step so far. Jump.
I know.
Jump,
You
Juju.
just learned to jump.
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 Jump. You made the day mark. I don't know very very. I don't know English.
Oh, nice you do. You've been having conversations the whole time. You're very good at your English. Very good at English. I wouldn't even know that you didn't know that you were studying English. Are you camera shy?
Hmm?
Are you nervous when the camera's on?
No.
No? Are you nervous to speak English? Yes.
I don't know.
You're very good at your English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Google how to fix your car. Okay, we checked into a hotel which to me looks like something between a Vegas hotel blended with a communist hotel. It's very funny. Where we are, we drove down the mountain to southern Bulgaria. And in southern Bulgaria, there's a valley which is full of roses and tombs of these people that in English are called the Thracians, but I call them Traki. Trak is a more accurate pronunciation. They used to live here way before everyone else, truly. Something like 3,000 years ago, and now they're finding burial tombs and all kinds of treasures. So we're going to explore this whole area for 3 days.
So this hotel is, we're not sure if it's the most luxurious in the whole country, but it is among the newest. It may even be the newest, and it feels very new on the inside. And yeah, very Vegas, very big. So lots to explore here.
The big thing is that mineral springs erupt right in the hotel, and therefore they're channeled into the spa, and we should be relaxing nicely here.
We're not sure how much we can film in there because, you know, there's other people, so we'll try to show you some, but at the very least we will be indulging and enjoying.
Yeah.
You look like you're in a resort now.
Well, it's Vegas-y for sure. It's like a giant hotel with amenities. It also is brand new, so we're about to find out what kind of standard we're dealing with here in southeastern Europe.
Button. This is how we roll. Juju in this Nuna stroller, which amazingly is still rolling.
Yeah, he himself is rolling for sure. We're walking and all that. Driving, traveling, playing, all that.
Fixing
Every
our car.
method. Every day, today, 2 car problems. Yeah, every day there's been at least one. P's are, there's no other. But P is also down here. What? It's all screwed up.
Is it P?
No.
Door is opening.
So now it should be in the, no, it's here.
Yeah, it is. Okay, it's P. Already getting confused with the different floors there. Oh, the LEDs, man, it sucks.
Oh yeah, it might be everywhere here.
Yeah, it is everywhere.
It's flashing horror movie lights, but it's actually quite pleasant in the real world.
So our plan initially was to go to dinner early, but it turns out that the pools are only open until 8 p.m. So we're gonna do that instead.
Luckily, Julian is so fanatical about water, he's gonna forget that he's hungry, and we're gonna play for an hour, and then it's dinner time.
I think given the choice, Julian would actually choose water over food until he gets hungry enough.
Or he gets food 3 to 4 times a day. Well, he doesn't play as much.
But he is definitely the most excited out of all of us to be going to the water. Didn't take much convincing for him. Are you ready to go to the water, Juju?
Water's there.
We made it down to the pool. There's a kiddie area, but Juju's very eager to go, so I guess I'm gonna have to go take him to swim. Are you excited, Juju? You can see someone's having the time of his life.
Well, Julian is completely crazy about water. He's out of control. It's hard to tell him anything because he's too excited.
You're giving me a bath. No, Juju. Did you know? Dada. That's Dada.
Dada is over here.
You're swimming with Dada. You're swimming all by yourself, Juju.
No, sweetheart.
Don't drink it, Juju.
Alright, much easier for me to stand here. Oh, perfect. It's much less tiring this way.
Aww, my boy's in the pool. Oh, you're a boat, Juju. Juju, you're a boat.
We're in the pool, baby.
Yeah, this is way better.
Yeah.
Did you do a big splash?
Big splash.
Did you enjoy the water?
To water.
You love the water?
Yes, to water.
Big splash. We'll come back tomorrow, okay? Come back tomorrow. All right, we have some buffalo yogurt that Juju's Layla got, so we're gonna try it out. Juju keeps saying yogurt, but he doesn't wanna actually eat it when I give it to him. So I'm gonna do it first, okay? I'm gonna show you. Oh, that's good. It's very sour. That's actually how I like it.
Good.
Good. You want to try some yogurt? No, you saw mommy eat it. No.
Yogurt.
Yogurt. See? You're seeing it. You're intrigued.
We're enjoying the spa experience with real mineral water. That really is the big game changer. When you go to a normal hotel, it could be 5 stars, but the water is chlorinated and all the hot tubs are fake chemical soups. But here is actual mineral water springing out and you feel the healing effect immediately.
That's something that I didn't really realize because we went into the pools last night and Juju was splashing around. He was having the time of his life, and at times he was trying to drink the water, which is bad, but it's actually not as bad because it's not chlorinated water, at least. And so maybe that's why he was trying to drink it, because he kind of realized, like, hey, this tastes like actual water. It's different from being in like a swimming pool. But yeah, it feels so good. We both slept we all slept amazingly. Like Julian was out like a light, and we all just felt super refreshed this morning. And we ate our breakfast. So there's all-inclusive. This is an all-inclusive stay. So they include the meals, but there's only 2 meals. There's breakfast and dinner, which is actually a good thing because we are eating so much at every meal.
Yeah, and then you want to go in a sauna and spa and you don't want to be full. So altogether, I felt the healing effects immediately. Then they lingered overnight. My sleep was so much better. Now I feel like much more energetic, relaxed. I always knew about the healing effects of the springs in this area. And altogether, Bulgaria has mineral water everywhere. So it's very special. Around the world, sure, you can make a great hotel, but can you get the real water? You cannot. Therefore, to me, if you're going to go to a spa hotel, you better just go to one that actually has the right water.
Yeah. And the thing when I hear... Oh,
he's okay. I was watching.
Yeah. When I hear mineral water, I think of the water that you drink, and there is actually mineral water that we are drinking, correct? Like they're giving us some of that too?
All the water that we drink in Bulgaria is really good mineral water. We don't drink the garbage water here because we have so much mineral water.
When I first met him, he was so picky about the water quality, and I was like, I just drink tap water. Like, what's the big deal? Like, I didn't get it for a long time, but now I'm the same way. Like, I am so picky about the type of water that we drink and also the containers that it comes in. And so, you know, that's one aspect, is drinking it, but also soaking in it. Like, you don't realize just how good that is for your body and how few chances we get to do that. So we're very lucky to be here.
Yeah, in the US, there's some of this type of hotel in the Rocky Mountains, like Colorado. There are lots of natural springs in Idaho, for example. But this is an enormous kind of Vegas-style hotel that just channels spring water into Olympic-sized pool and a bunch more. So there are 2 Olympic-sized pools. One is outside, one is inside with like Corinthian columns and statues and just looks great. And then there's many hot tubs. And in the spa, there's at least 8 or 10 kinds of chambers with different settings and properties like temperatures, humidity, all kinds of stuff. So you can just go through cycles. Besides the water being the real deal, natural hot spring and mineral water, the spa is extremely well made, maybe the best I've ever seen. So that to me justifies the cost being higher than any other hotel I've seen in this country.
What is the cost actually? Go ahead,
so for 2 nights, for 2 people, we're paying 220, and then we're paying 100 more for the dinner package. So for $300, we're staying here for 2 days, 2 nights, and eating 4 meals.
And this is a brand new 5-star hotel, and it feels new. Everything has been really great, except for the shower. We had a little issue with the shower already. Like, it kind of fell apart on us, but we made it work in our room. But everything else is pristine, and it does feel like a big, like, American-style kind of corporate hotel. And I do think it's because of the scale, because everything is so big. They have so many rooms and so many chairs and everything. Like, it's meant to host really big groups. And so we've seen a few small groups. There's a prom last night here, so there's definitely, you know, bigger groups coming. But because it's such a big property, you never feel like you're too crowded here.
Yeah, the spaciousness, it is in the American style. And I like that because it's easier to relax that way, not crammed, you know.
Yeah.
Part of my issue with Europe is I feel crammed and I don't relax as much. I'm more stressed that way. But in the American style lodging, that's the good thing about it. You feel like everything is open. And even Julian's running through the room like crazy because he can, instead of being tight like this and going crazy. But what was I gonna say? The hotel itself, yeah, for 200 something without the food, so 300 something, you also get unlimited spa. The unlimited spa of the highest quality with real mineral water, that alone would cost you $100-$200 anywhere truly in the West. So it's a good deal.
If you can even find it, because it is very hard to find a mineral spa. A lot of them, you know, are chlorinated, or they have to, you know, add minerals to their water. But here, it's all just free flowing. The other nice thing is that it's family oriented, or at least there's enough things for kids to do here.
Julian started walking on the table.
Yeah, there's a really short table here, so he's really liking this room. But yes, there's a kids section for the pool area. There's a little kids playground. It's not the most family friendly, I guess. Like, there could be more things for kids, but there are some things for kids. So we've seen quite a few of them here.
Yeah, today, after all the healing and soaking and all that, we're also going to go explore tombs. You'll see shortly, we're living right now, where there was a civilization here prior even to the Greeks, or the same as like ancient Greece, and they're digging out all kinds of tombs and artifacts. So this valley is famous for roses, so they feature them everywhere, even just on the side of the roads. Here's the Museum of the Roses. This park has many rose gardens, but we need to let the kid play first.
This park is quite large, and it's actually very busy. There are lots of people in it. I was surprised. A lot of kids as well, and at least 2 playgrounds that we see. So we're taking Julian to one now, and it looks pretty lively. Another thing I've noticed being here is that, because we've been going to a lot of parks, is that there's a lot of grounds crews. And like every little town we see or we visit, there are people kind of working the grass, they're cutting it, they're maintaining it, they're planting flowers, they're cleaning. Like, that's really good to see.
Every time we bring that up, someone says, oh yeah, elections are coming. As if no one ever does any work here except when there's elections. But it actually looks really well kept up. And that's a bit of a change from when I used to live here in the 90s, when things went downhill.
Oh, you took your shoe off.
Let's go play. You need a shoe to play.
Put your shoe on and go to the playground. Okay, sorry.
Like the mother of all playgrounds.
You gonna go, baby? Down the slide? Slide. Yeah, we gotta wait for him to get out of the way. There he goes. There. Ready? Go, Gigi. Bye, Juju. All right. I'm gonna do it myself. Ooh, yes. That actually is a very good adult-sized slide. Let's go down together, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. So right next to this really huge playground is a little rose garden. So it's not super full right now, but I can see a bunch of different colors. And so what I'm most excited for though is to smell every rose, because there's certain roses that have like a really light floral scent that I really love. So I'm excited to find those here today. All right, here we go, walking into this rose garden. I already see a bright orange one here. Can't get much of a whiff because it's a little bit too far up. And you can see that these roses are very thorny. They're small but very pokey. Oh yeah, I'm already getting a nice whiff of roses. There's some pretty ones up there. I like the color of that one. Here's a really bright pink one. Oh wow, that's actually a really nice scent. That's actually a really nice scent. It looks like it would smell really like a lot, but it's actually very subtle. Very nice.
We're in Bulgaria, and what's called under the Balkan. There's a valley, and here lived civilization actually on par with the Greeks and so on. And we're about to start visiting their tombs and exhibitions. It's interesting because this stuff is 2,500 years old. The whole valley was full, and they just didn't write, so it's not very clear what stories they wrote, but the Greeks wrote about them, and so it's known they were actually a larger civilization than the Greeks at one time, according to the first historian Herodotus.
So to get to this first tomb, we have to go up these stairs. So we'll spin around. Spin the camera.
Wait, some crazy kids coming with a bicycle. Okay, you saw the stairs and the kid trying to kill us, right?
So to reach this first tomb, we're gonna go up these stairs behind us, and Juju has a new toy to keep him preoccupied, but we'll see how far he can make it. We made it partway up these stairs. Looks like we're very close to the top. Juju is amusing himself with this new toy here. There it is. It's a little bee.
So you know, it's some kind of conventional wisdom that toddlers never want to walk and are lazy and just want to play video games and eat fries and would never climb stairs. But we have our kid climbing hundreds of stairs a day right now, and he loves it, and he's always loved it, including in our house. So that's how we're raising him, to be active, to use his body to the maximum instead of being a whiny little whatever you want to call it, you know. Ooh. Well, that was that. The bee lasted a grand total of 10 minutes.
The wheel popped off.
She's gonna be sad.
Juju, you broke it.
Juju, you broke your bee. It's never going to work again. We may have to get you a new one.
But yeah, we might just need to get a new one.
But you...
It broke, baby. It broke.
It's broken, Juju, because you smashed it in the ground.
One half works.
Okay, you... Okay. Oh, I know it doesn't. Oh. Oh no.
Juju, that's why you don't do that.
Juju, you broke the bee. That's all that's left of it. You can make it fly still.
Yeah, just don't smash it. Don't.
It's okay. At this point, it's okay. There he goes. See, the child adapts. Doesn't sweat any mishaps.
It's broken, baby. It's not gonna come back together. You broke it. Hit it in exactly the right spot.
It broke.
Yeah.
It broke, yeah. He gets it. We'll get you a new one, okay? We just have to go forward and then back.
Let me hold it.
Alright, we're approaching this tomb, but it looks like they have a replica next to it, so we're gonna see the replica and then see what remains of the real one. I think this is UNESCO World Heritage, so it should be interesting. This is the tomb replica. It says it's a complete replica, and it's even made faded to look like the other one. Very tight. Wow. Very tight. But it does have very cool, what do you call this? A frieze mural, really. What you're seeing here is 2,400 years old, and that's on par with ancient Greece. And you see here how these people looked and some of their lifestyle with the horses and the royal table, chariots. You see here quite obvious what kind of civilization they were in, the Bronze Age here. Here in a very tight space you see a floral or natural pattern. It's very interesting.
Where are you, Juju?
So what you saw over there is the replica of a royal tomb of the people called around here the Thraci. Thrax was one of their king, and behind me here is the real tomb, but it seems like the Turks, when they ruled this place, they built a monument on top of the tomb, and the real tomb is sealed underneath or something like that. But you can see here this building kind of in the traditional Byzantine style. This also here looks like Byzantine era. And around somewhere inside I think is the real tomb. Yeah, right here it says UNESCO World Heritage, the tomb of the Thrax in the city of Kazanluk, discovered in 1979, and then it was sealed and a replica was made to preserve it. So who are these people called the Thraci? I think they were a large civilization similar to the ancient Greeks and others that lived around Anatolia, the Balkans and the Mediterranean. So they were very numerous according to the Greek historian Herodotus, and they left a lot of gold treasure and chariots around here. So they were one of those Bronze Age civilizations that were doing metallurgy already and all kinds of treasures. They buried all that with their kings in lavish tombs. That kind of civilization we learn about from the history books. You can see right here with your eyes. There are many tombs in this valley. In Bulgaria altogether, lots and lots of treasure. In fact, the first ever golden treasure in the world discovered was here in Bulgaria as well, in the city of Varna. But it's not that impressive because it's old. In this valley were found the most impressive ones. On the plaque behind me it says it's been made UNESCO World Heritage because it's pretty much the best place to see the civilization of these people, the Thraci. And it says there were so many tombs in here, it's actually part of a large necropolis. So this culture, it had burial grounds with lavish tombs like cities almost, kind of like the Egyptians also had the concept of a necropolis. So this was here in the Balkans. This civilization also is the one which seems to be the source of the so-called Dionysus or Dionysian myth and rites, and it's kind of like a cult in a way, where they have these festivals with mind-altering substances and orgies. And also the god or the character in Greek mythology, Orpheus, was from these lands a bit south of here, and he was such also a mythical figure that kind of crossed into the other world and looked for his wife, and was such a good musician that a cult was founded around him. All these cults and things and mythical rites and whatever you call them, rituals, continue to this day in one form or another. There are societies still practicing them, and they're rather notorious.
We're walking over to the museum. We think we actually spotted it. It's over to our left. But before we do that, we're gonna walk down this little outdoor market slash cafe area, which is a really great little walking zone. Your GPS is on. Is this a theater?
What's up? You wanna play?
We can.
Said I play?
I think.
Wait, this is a question.
Is this a theater or something?
Yes.
Looks like it.
No, it's the reading room.
Oh, like a library?
You sort of, you may be able to borrow, but the idea is that you go and read.
So from afar, we thought this was like a lot of outdoor vendor spots. So it might be like a farmer's market or just like a craft market, but I think it's actually just a little walking zone with a lot of cafes with outdoor seating. So we're seeing those umbrellas and tarps, and those are more what we were seeing. But that actually leads me to a point of I really like the outdoor hangout spaces all over Europe, but we saw a lot in Istanbul and also here. I mean, obviously they're seasonal, but it's nice to just have a lot of different outdoor places to choose from if you want to sit and have a coffee or a snack or a bite to eat, either by yourself or with friends.
It'll be okay, yeah. There's yarn in there. There's crafts, yes. That's bone covers. There's more here.
There's also water.
Here.
We don't want them to see this.
Not so much. Let's just taste the magic together, Coca-Cola.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I
Oh,
like
yes.
those
Now it's a
lampposts.
lantern that plays the
Yeah, that's neat.
pillow.
That's neat. Check out these light posts here. I like that they're looking like street musicians. It's just a really nice take on a somewhat regular street light. And a bunch of kids.
We're about to see how rose oil is distilled here. Here we see a rose oil distillery. It looks a lot like any other kind of distillery. You can see how through tubes it goes in these tanks, liquefied from the plant. Bulgaria is very famous for rose oil, so we're in the epicenter of all that right now. So this is a complex to showcase the rose industry here. We sold the distillery, so I'm guessing what remains now is to just go around and smell roses. They do smell really well, and there is now the season, so they're blooming basically right now. It's not like full bloom from what I can tell. I can tell that lots more bloom is incoming probably in like a week or two. You see many rose buds here. And some roses are in full bloom, but many buds right now. It's apparently a reconstruction of the oldest gold treasure in the world and where it was found in a tomb. That was a replica of the oldest treasure, golden treasure in the world ever found, which is in Varna, Bulgaria. Not here, but a few hours away on the sea. And no one else has beaten that. Not Egypt, not anybody, not Mesopotamia, no one. This is the top level of this cultural center, and on the right side is flanked by an amphitheater for events. But between every seat row there are roses, which is awesome. This amphitheater is so cool. And over here is art in the Thracian style. Thrakijski, we call it Thracian. I don't like calling it Thracian because it sounds so different. You see here art. Here in the restaurant there's some replica of the Thracian art, and I really like it because it bridges the gap between the so-called classic style, which you may have seen from Greece on pottery or whatever kind of surfaces, but this also looks a lot like the people of the Eurasian steppe with their horses and chariots and so on, and some of their hats look the same, like the Scythian type of people. And if you look here, these are frescoes from some of the tombs, so they're venerating this kind of horse nomad lifestyle. Here's a 2,400-year depiction of a horseman with his dog hunting, and that looks a lot like some depictions of Alexander the Great, who was from Macedonia, which is very close, and these were very common cultures here. We're not far at all from them. Here you see the map of this so-called kingdom or area where we are, which is called Odrysia, and it covers more than half of Bulgaria's current territory, but also where I'm from, north of here, to the Danube where we went earlier. And here, we're around here at this moment where there was a cluster of these cities with their own kings and everything. I'm from around here, my city is on this river, Veliko Trnovo. Up here somewhere we saw Ruse, yeah, right here is Ruse. And so you see how we're all in the lands of these Thracian people from one of their kingdoms called Odrysia. They have multiple kingdoms around here. On this end the kingdom stretches down to the Mediterranean, and on this way almost to Istanbul or Byzantium and the coast of the Black Sea. So that's where these people live. This here is a painting of what the city where all these tombs were looked like, nestled under the mountains with walls and statues, almost in the Greek style, but a little different, more kind of medieval looking rather than classic, but still of the same era. It's very cool. This is a very cool concept of an amphitheater with roses in the seed rows. They're all about to bloom. Some of them are already blooming, but if you take a walk through the rows here, you see you would be sitting in any of these and you'd be surrounded by roses. Much better than sweating people everywhere. And you'll be watching your concert, and there are events here all the time. Very cool. There's a ramp and a little bit of cover on the other side.
Well, just as it has every other day we've been here, it started to rain, and it's a pretty big rain. You know, it probably won't last longer than an hour, but we don't have the most time, so we're just gonna have to make a run for it. I do hear some thunder though. So we're walking through this archway. There are roses planted on both sides, and I guess over time they'll grow overhead, but it's definitely storming right now. Wow. Check out that rose, very pointy. Really sucks we can't stop to smell them all, but not ideal in this weather right now.
Look.
There are some swans here, also hiding from the rain.
Well, we got caught by rain, but this is really the last piece of this whole museum area. It's kind of like an open air museum. What it really represents is artifacts from something like the 17th or 19th century, that stretch, and how they used to live, all their artifacts and living environments. So I'll show you a little bit despite the rain. You see here all these types of artifacts. They're pots, and I think they're made of copper. Some of this stuff is distilling oils and liquor. Some of it is just barrels. You see a lot of barrels here. Gas lamps and distilleries. Firewood distillery here. And this is something for making jam, it says. Oh no, the jam thing is up there. This is something else which I don't recognize. This one separates seeds from straws when you're harvesting wheat. So this was what Bulgaria looked like when it was in the end of the so-called Ottoman rule. You see here, it looks like someone's room practically, with upstairs area as well. You see, so they would live like this in the past era before modernity. I find it very, very charming personally, much more than modern lifestyle. Here would be the living area, sleeping area. Low ceilings. Someone could sleep right down there. But you have this open area, kind of like A-frame cabin. And always a vine or a rose growing up like this. Here you see how they used to weave. And they spin yarn. They have looms. My grandma could work a loom. She was a textile worker. Some here is like a grape press. You see everything made of wood and metal and stone. Some fur. There's some beehives over there. Very charming.